Hey guys, welcome back to Easel Does It Studio. My name is Michelle, and we are going to be doing this egg. It's like a Faberge egg, and it comes with the little stones. So what I did is I got one half painted, and I'm using the Let's Resin metallic silver powder. This one right here. So I got one side done so that it would just speed up the process. And I'm just going to paint, because a lot of times, you know, we'll take the marker pen and we'll do it after. But I'm like, well, what if we did it before and then we didn't have to worry about it? So that's what we're going to do. So I just got a little brush, and I'm just going to go in through here. And these spots here are where the stones are going to go. So you don't really have to color those in. I did on that, and then I just wiped it off when I did my cleanup. Just make sure you get the little tiny balls up here, because those will end up looking like the silver balls. So, and I apologize, guys. I didn't get videos out this week. It's just been a really stressful week. So my son has been having pain in his stomach. We still really don't know what it is. They sent him home. He's had a few more flare-ups, but they've got him on a bland diet and just kind of praying right now that it's, you know, just something minor. I don't know. They thought it was his gallbladder. All those tests came back fine. So I don't know. He is just miserable. And he's been under a lot of stress. His wife is the one that is in critical care. She's on a ventilator. So it's just been crazy. So I literally have not even eaten yet, guys. Which I probably should have, because I'm starting to get the shakes, but we'll get this done, and then I'll go up and eat, and then I'm going to go in the pool for a little bit and just kind of chillax a little bit, because I have a really busy week next week coming up. So this Friday I have another paint party. It's painting Christmas ornaments. So that's going to be a fun one. First time I've done a larger group with the Christmas balls. So that's going to be interesting to see how that goes. And then next Friday and Saturday, they have what's called Waterboro Old Home Days. And it's like a 2-day fair. And I rented 2 booths. So I'll have a double space, and I will be set up there on Friday and Saturday. So I'm like stressing, because I'm like, I don't have videos ahead. So I'm trying to think of different things that I could do to get some ahead so I could post them on those days. Oh. Because when I booked that, I wasn't doing YouTube videos. I was just doing my regular little Facebook page. But now that I'm doing these videos, I want to have something for you guys to be able to watch. All right. And then I'm almost done. I know this is tedious, guys, but that's why I did one off camera, so that it wasn't boring you, but at least the newbies can see that, you know, you can get it everywhere. And then I'm going to show you how to clean it, because wherever that silver mica powder is what's going to show on the finished piece. So you have to make sure that you know, get as much of it off as possible where you don't want it, because it will show. All right, so I've got, so I'm just gonna bang off the extra. All right, so let's put the cover on this, wipe this so that when we set it down, we don't get any on the bottom. And I'm gonna take another, so this is a baby wipe, and I dip it in alcohol first, because to me it picks up, especially the metallic, because that really, really wants to stick. So I just go around and get that, the excess off. And you got to keep turning, you know, your cloth so that you get a different spot. All right. And then you can also take a brush where, you know, it's little grooves and stuff. Just put some alcohol on a brush, smear it, and then take your baby wipe, and that will clean right up. All right, so we've pretty much got the bottom section cleaned up. So I'm going to, oh, hang on. I've got to unzoom this because I feel like I keep being off camera. Let me just tip up a little bit, because you guys are going to yell at me if I'm off frame. All right, so I am just going to, I just have this container here, and I'm just going to start going over it, because where we want that silver is already in the grooves. So we're just doing that top layer, and we're taking that silver off of there. And just going around. And again, you got to keep finding a clean spot. So I try to do down towards that crease area first, because that way I don't have to worry about getting it back on the underside. All right, and then we're just gonna take the rest, and we're just gonna kind of wipe it, flip our cloth. And I've just found that with the baby, with the baby wipe and the alcohol, with the metallic powders, really it seems to clean it much, much better. I don't know if that's just me or what. All right, so we are cleaned up, but I have one spot here that I feel like it's really light. So I'm just going through, making sure that all my little lines are filled in. All right. So the tricky part is getting it back flipped the way it's supposed to be without getting too much of that powder where we don't want it. All right. And now we'll pop that. And there's probably going to be some in there. You can't help it. But that's why if you clean it up really good to begin with, when you pop it back over, it's not gonna go like everywhere, hopefully. All right. So, oops, sorry about my mouth. I just had an ant crawling on me. And so I am going to clean this up. I mean, that's going to be the bottom, so it's not, well, one of these is the bottom, one is the top. Now, I still have to do this top piece. And I think I'm going to do this all in the silver. So let me just go ahead and get that done. And then I will get some resin and we will get this poured. I'm contemplating if I should do like a black and silver or if I should do a color. I'm struggling here with what I should do for a color. Now, I've never painted something with the silver first and then poured it, so this is going to be a first for me. I've seen a bunch of people do it, I just have not. And let me just grab my bigger brush here, just so I don't want any streak marks. If I can help it, I want it nice and smooth. All right. And then we just tap the excess out of there. And we're good. All right. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to put you on a pause. I'm going to get my resin mixed up. I am going to wash my hands so that I'm not getting this silver mica powder everywhere. And I'll be back. Alrighty, guys. I mixed up 8 ounces. I don't know how much this is going to take. So I'm going to mix it up, and I am going to mix it up in black because black and silver is very elegant. So, and this is the first time I've made this. I've had this mold for quite a while, but I just have not made it. So I am going to use the black pigment paste and just stir it up a little bit. So I will be having a video coming up showing you guys how to make your own pigment paste. So I'm going with that. I might need more. So I don't know. We will soon find out. I just want to scrape the rest of that pigment paste off the stick. You know, and it's just like mixing your resin. You want to make sure you get the bottom and the sides so you're getting it all mixed in. Let me just see if this is going to be still a little transparent. So we're going to add some more, because this is 8 ounces. So, and I just want it to be nice and opaque. And then I am going to put some crushed crystal in here. I don't know if I should or not, but what the heck, right? What the heck? All right, so that's going to be good. And let me get my crushed crystal. And I'm just going to take one of my little spoons, and I'm going to put about a half of that spoon. And that should be more than enough. And the more you stir this crushed crystal, the more it like separates and breaks apart in little tiny specks. Oh, that just gives a nice shimmer. I don't know if you guys can see it, but I guess we're going to find out. All right, so I am just going to start pouring one of these. And I'm going to pour like enough to get it in the bottom, and then I'm going to stop and I'm going to squish it around. I just don't want any bubbles, so I'm just squeezing all the way around. So if there's any bubbles or whatever, it dislodges them. And all right, I am going to take a long silicone and just kind of go around. Just don't want any like bubbles being in there, but I also got to be careful. I don't want to poke in the holes and dislodge the silver. All right. So I'm going to move that one over there. And we will get this one. So I can actually see on the sides, like where that resin is going. All right, so let's squishy around here. And this mold is pretty thick, so it's not like you can like squeeze it sideways with your fingers. It's a fairly thick mold. All right. Let's hope and pray we've got no bubbles. So I'm definitely gonna have some extra. All right, so let's get the top of the cover, because it's a heart. So I'm just gonna squeeze that, and then we will finish this off. All right, so let's see. We have, crap. If I would have taken out 2 ounces, I would have been able to make my oyster shell. But I don't want a black oyster shell. So, and I didn't squish the stick down in this one, which is, I don't know why, I forgot. All right, so I will find something to do with this almost 2.5 ounces, and I will be back on Demold, and we will put these together. Alrighty, guys, I think these are cured enough. So I ended up making 2 of the little cats. I just swirled the black and white. Oh, look. Oh, that's really cool. That's kind of cool. And that's the bottom. So the white sank, but it gave a nice design. And, oh, look, and they matchy-match. So, that is, I have one poured clear in here, but I haven't figured out what I want to do on the other side. So, let's see if we can get this out. It's still a little soft, so I'm trying to be somewhat careful. All right. Whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa. And we've got some bubbles, which I kind of had a feeling. All right, if I can just get that flipped over. And I'm trying to demold these while they're still somewhat pliable so I can make sure that they go into each other and not end up like the swan. I've never demolded these, so I have no clue. All right, I might have to do this off camera here. Just get it flipped around here. There we go. Holy God. Oh, look. So we do have some of the sparkle. So we have a few little bubbles, but I can just touch that up with the pen. And see all that mica powder that was still on the outside? Yeah. All right, let me just kind of clean that up a little bit. All right, let me flip my mold back. All right. So there's one side. Holy. All right, so I'm just going to put this up next to my body, guys, because this is, in order to get this started, you need a good grip on it to get it turned and started. So I apologize, I'm off camera, but I'm trying to pull that as close to my body as I can to get that up and over. All right. Got it started, so now it's to get the rest of it out. And like I said, it is still bendy, but we'll just bend it back. There we go. All right. Let's put my mold back. All right, so not too bad. And there is like see that flat spot? So that's kind of where they go together, like that. So we know this is the top. So let me get some of this mica powder off of my hands here. All right. Hang on one second. All right, so let's... Oh, this is what scares me because it's so bendy. I am going to try, and I still haven't got my soapy water, so I'm going to use a little bit of the alcohol in there. Just going to break the suction. I just don't want to pull the heart off if I can help it. I'm just spraying it right at the neck and then trying to... And that's what's good with these tabs, because you can like pull and break that suction. All right, so I'm going to try and do it this way. see if we can oh, yay! Yay! I didn't pull the heart off. Oh. All right. So I'm just going to wipe that, and then I'll just touch this up with the paint marker. And then that is going to get glued right on the top there. Now, it's soft enough. I'm wondering if I left it there, if it would stay. It might. So, what I will do is, hang on, I need to get another wipe. My hands are, because I had a lot of resin on the outside of those containers, and my hands are like, so I just sprayed some alcohol, and I'll use the baby wipe, and we'll get them cleaned up. All right, so grab a paper towel so I can wipe my hands. All right, so we're going to take that off just so these stones are going to sit in these little tiny little cavities like that. So I think what I'm going to do before I go around with the paint pen is I'm going to get my stones adhered, and then I can touch up with the gold paint pen. So this is the Aleene's original. It's jewelry and metal glue. I really like this because it gets tacky much quicker, so your gems stay in place. So I am going to use this. Hang on here. Now I got sticky everywhere. I was just trying to clean the tip off, and I stuck my fingers in it like a num-num. All right, so let's just I'm gonna put like a little dot in each one, and I don't know, we'll do 4 or 5, and I'm just gonna well, I was gonna just use my finger. Let me see if I can, if it'll go quicker with my wax pencil. Yeah, that's gonna work better. So I ended up not going in the pool. I got some housework done instead. I got my bed changed, my upstairs vacuumed, got a shower in. I'm like, all right, so let's just put a bunch more. And I'm just using a dot. And this does dry clear, so even if you put too much, you won't really see it. And I'm just doing, you know, I don't know, 5 or 6 at a time. Come on. All right, why does it want to pick up some and not others? So there's a little tiny bit of the silver that kind of went through into the black, but it's not real obvious. So, all right, so let's, my fingers are sticking together here. It's 3. All right, so that was 5, and this top one is done. Come on. All right. And I'm just pushing them in, making sure that they are pushed in. But that's what I like about this glue, is it sets up fairly quick. So you're not having to worry about if you hit your stones or whatever, they're going to move around. All right, so again, I'm trying to keep my videos a little bit quicker, but I also, you know, want the newbies to be able to see what I'm doing. Because I know when I started, you know, I was like, oh, I wish they would go a little slower so I could see what they were doing. So I'm trying to, you know, keep that in my mindset as I'm doing these videos. Now these are the rhinestones that came with this particular mold. I got this on Amazon. It was just the Faberge egg mold. All right, so, and I definitely will be buying some more of this glue. I really, really like this glue. It's good for my jewelry making, putting these on. I do have the, Liquid Fusion, which is good, but it doesn't set as quick as this. So I like this one because it gets tacky much quicker. And it still has a good bond. It's for metals, plastic, all kinds of things. So, all right, let's get this last little section done. And I'm going to wipe that nozzle, and we're going to put the cover back on because this will be the last of the rhinestones. Come on, flip over. Oh, my word. And one more. All right. So, let me pick these up. So, I would say we have enough to do at least another egg. So, I'm going to take my chrome marker and I'm just going to touch up some of the spots that had like a bubble. So we'll just kind of basically what I'm trying to do is fill in the little divot so you don't see the black. You'll see the and I made this one for me, so I'm, you know, I'm not real particular about the, you know, the bubbles or whatever, but I just want to show that you can kind of touch it up. And from everybody's videos that I have seen with this egg is you can't help but get bubbles. Now, I could have filled that in with some UV resin, but all right, so I'm just gonna bring that up to the top. And I am going to do the edge. I'm just going to go around the side. And when you're using these chrome markers, don't try to go over it because it will lift it up. Do them in like even sweeps. And you'll get a nice finish. There. Okay. And let's... I've got so much sticky on my hands. It is crazy. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to do the edge. Because filling in those little spots didn't really make much of a difference. And then you can let that dry and you can put a second coat. It's, you know, it's just personal preference. And so let me put these together. So I'm thinking that's the bottom and this is the top. Like that. And oh my, I got glue everywhere, guys. Look, I got glue everywhere. I'm sticking to everything. So this is the egg so far. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some of that glue in here and on here, and then we're going to place it, and we're going to let that dry. Are we coming out? No, we're not. Hang on. Let me get a knife. So I can get some of that glue off the tip. All right. Sounds like my son just got home from work. Come on. All right, there we go. And I'm gonna put a little bit, and we're gonna put the cover on. All right, so there we go. And I will let that sit for a few hours and completely dry. And then we can always take our paint marker and kind of touch it up. There's a few little bubbles in there. I'm just trying to fill them in. Yeah. And I'll just let that completely dry. And then if there's any spots that I feel like I need to touch up, I will. But yeah, what do you think? For my first attempt, it's not too bad. I wished I didn't have the bubbles that I have, but, you know, it is what it is. But overall, I think it's really cute. And I will trim the bottom just a little bit, but yeah. And then that's the inside. So there we go. So I'm just going to let it finish firming up, and I will get some pictures and get this posted for you guys. Alrighty, guys, have a fantastic day, and I will see you guys on the next video.